retiring. And with that in mind, he said, well, it's time to reach out to my good friend from Social Security, and that is Robert Fenn, who accepted the invitation, and he's joining me in studio. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I can't tell you how many people that know about our relationship, and they always want your contact information because they've heard you on the show. I'm sure you get it as well because you speak all over the region. But you've always got a lot of information that sometimes we don't think about until it's time to say, I want to retire or I'm thinking about it. And I know you talk to a lot of groups. So people thinking about retiring, let's start right there. What are the things they have to get together from your perspective?
Yes. Well, after deciding how many and what type of cookies they're going to make for this Christmas season and what have you, retirement is definitely on the top of their minds. Because there was the news release regards to Social Security benefits increasing 2.5% coming in January 2025. That 2.5% cost of living adjustment also affects other things. So I'm going to quickly run over those points that are going to change in terms of working in 2025. Now, I need to make sure I also preface this by saying many people think, well, do I need to submit an application? I've heard 6 months before and what have you. Our system would not accept anything 6 months prior to that.
Okay.
If you are reaching age 62 next year, you can file 3 months before that. So let me make sure I'm clear on that. So let's say your birthday is January the 5th, right? You're 62 January 5th, but we count the full month. You have to be 62 for the full month to be eligible to file for that benefit. So January 5th, you turn 62, but February will be the first month in which you've been 62 every day of the month. February's check is then paid in March. March being the third month. So you can submit an application here in December for those monies to be ready for you in March.
Okay.
So now I gave that information on purpose because if someone is less than their full retirement age, next year in 2025, sounds crazy saying that, 2025, I can hear George Jetson flying by right now, but 2025, you can make next year $23,400 or less, $23,400 gross or less, and Social Security is going to still send you a check. Now that, you do the math real quick, it's about $1,950 gross per month. If you are turning your full retirement age, means what is the age in which I can make 100% of what will receive 100% of what I'm eligible for. So if I'm born between 1943 to 1954, my full retirement age to get 100% will be 66. If I'm born after 1954, it increases in increments of 2 months. 1955, 66 and 2 months. 1956, 66 and 4 months. All the way up to those born in 1960 or later, your full retirement age is 67.
Yeah, I think that's where I am.
That's
67,
where you are,
yeah.
the young buck. So if you are turning...
I haven't had that term thrown my way in quite some time, yes. But I thank you for it.
Not a problem. Hey, whatever I can get an extra gift underneath the Christmas tree, I'm going to try it.
I love that.
So if someone is turning their full retirement age this year, they're turning that age. Next year in 2025, they can make $62,160. Now, that's up from $59,520 in 2024. So next year, you can make $62,160 gross up to the month that you're reaching your full retirement age. So if your birthday was in June, from January to May, you can make the $62,160 gross before Social Security even cares.
For your
full. And once you hit the month of June, even if your birthday was June 30th, June 1st on, you can make whatever you wish. So those are the two numbers in which people really want to know about working and still receiving your Social Security benefits. And so if there's anything I want the listeners to make sure they grab hold to is 3 months before you're eligible. If you're less than age 62, you can look to file 3 months before. And then once you're turning your full retirement age, we increase the dollar amounts. And again, those dollar amounts are $23,400 if you're less than your full retirement age. And if you're turning it, $62,160 in 2025. And once you hit that month on, doesn't matter to Social Security in terms of how much you make in terms of W-2 or self-employment net earnings.
All right. So I think I understand. So if I'm 62 right now, but my full retirement age is 67.
There you go.
And I'm saying, you know what? I want to retire next
I'm tired of working with these people. They're getting on my nerves.
Yeah. So what I will get that figure because it's not full retirement, whatever that figure is, pertaining to my grid. Yep. And because I'm retiring early, I can only make roughly $23,000 next year.
That's right.
I'm on the same page as you?
Yeah, yes. And then let me make sure I put this in there. You use the word only. Many times people think, oh, no, that's a bad thing, right? You also have to think about it. If your job was going to pay you $70,000, $70,000 makes more sense than to take $23,000, right? But sometimes people think this is all I can make, and then they will think about turning down more money. You got to look at the big picture. Now, I am not a financial advisor. There are great financial advisors out there. I'm just making sure you understand that Social Security, our role is not to tell you what choice to make.
Right.
But people do seem to have a pause when we tell them you can make $23,000 or the $62,000, and oh, that's all I can make. You have to think about the big picture on how you're, in terms of your finances and what you're going to need.
Two questions to that. If I retire early and then when I get to my retirement age 67, am I then eligible to work and make more money? Does it go up at that point?
Yeah. Now, keep in mind that if you decided to receive your Social Security benefits prior to reaching your full retirement age, you decided to take it before 66 or before 67, whatever your full retirement age is. So you took it at 63. Then your birthday comes, and let's say that's in August. You turn 67, whatever it is, and you're like, okay, great. Some people will contact us thinking, well, hey, today's my birthday, so therefore my check is going to go up just because of your birthday. All I have for you is happy birthday.
Right.
Because the Social Security check does not increase. You have elected to receive a smaller amount for possibly a longer period of time, or you could have waited to get a bigger check for maybe a shorter period of time. Right. All I said was we don't know when we're going to leave God's green earth.
Right.
So
exactly.
the Social Security check does not increase if you have decided to take the check before your full retirement age. If you decide to wait until your full retirement age, you get that full benefit amount. And then there are still delayed retirement credits for those who decide to wait after 67.
And that's where I was going with that question. That was my follow-up. But my initial question was, I'm going to retire early. I can make 20-something, 23,000, whatever that exact figure is.
Yeah.
But once I get to 67, even though I took early retirement,
Yes.
that number stays where it is because I took the early. But am I eligible then at 67 to go and work and make 70,000?
Yes.
You can do what you want.
You can go and make whatever you want. You make $1 million a month.
Okay.
Have no obligation at all, except for, of course, IRS. They may want to talk to you a little bit. And then talk to Ray and I, because we want to be a millionaire's new friend, right?
Help you out.
We need those friends in our lives. We're there for you. We're dedicated. Yes.
Okay, Robert Fenn is with us from Social Security. Appreciate him coming in with us. The other aspect that I wanted to talk about, let's say we thought about retirement. All of a sudden we sit down with our kids and they're saying, Mom, Dad, you might want to rethink this. Might not be the best idea. Let's lay these figures out. Once they file for retirement, are they able to pull it back?
Yes. So now there is a little caveat, a little star there.
Well, that's why
now,
I asked the question, because
yes,
I know the answer.
Yes, the Bipartisan Act took place in 2015, effective in 2016, said that there was a change in the law in terms of withdrawing an application. And now notice I'm using the word, withdrawing. That means I submitted an application and I want to pull it back again as if it never was started. That's a withdrawal of an application. You can now, the law states, you can withdraw your application within 1 year of you filing for those benefits. So if I started in January 2025, I have until January 26 to withdraw my benefits. Now, please be mindful, good people. If you're going to withdraw your application, Social Security is going to have you sign this document. You have to acknowledge that you are aware of what you're doing, and it means you have to pay back all the money which we gave you.
Right.
That's what catches people's attention.
Correct.
So if I gave you $1,000 for a year, that's $12,000 for the year. You have to write us a check, $12,000. We get that through our system, process, say that it was returned, and then at a later date you can come back to file for those benefits.
Okay.
So yes.
Thank you.
And Ray, can I make sure I get this last
Well,
thing in here?
no, we got some time here.
We got some time.
Those were my basic questions that I
Yes.
wanted to make sure we got out. A lot of people don't know about the time parameters, when and if, and all that other stuff. Let's get to some of the things you want to make sure you get out this morning.
Yes. This is definitely something I want to make sure that the listening audience is aware. We do have an option for individuals that you should be aware of is a My Social Security account. And what that My Social Security account means, if I want access to my records, knowing the years that I've worked, that we're talking about retirement, you can access that through the My Social Security account. If you're wanting to get a Social Security card, that is something that you can do now online through our website. The top 3 reasons why people go to our local Social Security office are to file for benefits, get proof of their income, and to get a Social Security card. Now, with that being said, many times I am a normal person, believe it or not, but I say that because I hear what people say, and one of the common concerns is if I go there, how long there, meaning the Social Security office, how long am I going to have to wait? That's always been a conversation, right? So now our agency, effective January 6th in 2025, we are going to a appointment-focused service. Appointment-focused service. What does that mean?
Makes sense.
That means that when people want to contact us for that proof of income, we're talking about HEAP right now. People need for their heating and what have you. So they need proof of their income. They can go to our website, socialsecurity.gov, but if they come to our office or for Social Security cards or for filing for those benefits, more than likely, you are going to be given an appointment. If you call our 1-800 number, 1-800-772-1213, we still will handle that claim that you wish to have for retirement, disability, Medicare, whatever it is. It's going to be done online. If you, again, walk into the office without an appointment, we're going to give you an appointment. Now, please know that if someone is underneath a dire situation, we're going to be able to address those needs. And there's certain things, if someone's in the military, and there's something there that we can justify the reasoning. And again, we need to make sure we have the staff allocated for that. So effective January 6th, because we've already, as an agency, they do it all the time. They pilot, and it started in the Atlanta region. So we have close to 1,200 offices across the United States. And they piloted this, and they looked at it, and so we saw those numbers in terms of our waiting time for individuals. So when they go in to our office, it's going to be an appointment given for that individual. So I encourage everyone, first go to the My Social Security account, get that proof of income if you need it, just be able to register. If you need a Social Security card, try that way first. If you do try the My Social Security account and it doesn't work, don't worry. We'll work with you in the office to be able to get that done. If you can't get your proof of income, the Social Security card, we have something we call a reference number. Online, you can actually make an appointment as well. So you can make an appointment if you try to get your card. So I'm saying there are some safety measures in there. Not everybody can get this My Social Security account. I'm not oblivious to that. But the majority of individuals who can and do will get an appointment effective January 6, 2025.
And you're seeing more and more of that, no matter whether it's Social Security or banking or whatever it might be. They want you to make the appointments to get that established for sure. And Robert mentioned a couple of moments ago, really urge you to get your own Social Security account. I was just on mine again over the weekend, checking some things, tons of information. It's really helpful, answers a lot of questions that we talk about and others, and literally it takes you 5 minutes to get the account put together. All right. Thank you for coming in.
It's my pleasure.
Good seeing you again. I'll see you on a basketball court. Robert, as you know, is an OHSAA basketball official.
And volleyball.
So as he's going up, by the way, in the middle of the first quarter, he doesn't mind at all if you ask him some Social Security questions.